Hello again, welcome to Jules Watches, second one of 2025. This is a nice one, and again, because the second hand's in the wrong position, you can't really see the name, but it is. Let's press the chronograph feature. It is a Sugess. Your Sugess is as good as mine. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Sorry about that. Mechanical chronograph watch. As you said, it's a bicompact chronograph, which means it's got the two subdials. One of the subdials at 9 o'clock as it's running second hand, and at 3 o'clock there's a 30-minute chronograph counter. The second hand itself won't move until you've pressed the chronograph function, and it's a lovely bright sort of dipped orange there. It sets like that with the sort of lightning strike effect. One of the things I don't like so much about the lightning strike effect is that the actual tip of the chronograph second hand doesn't hit the minute marker bang on, because it sort of hits it at an angle. But maybe that's just me being nitpicky. As you can see, I've got sort of banana yellow, just very sort of straightforward hands there for the minutes and the hours, but they hit the numbers very well. The minute hand hits the minute markers, and the hour hands are just kicking about near enough round the hour markers. The indices are applied indices, just straight sort of buttons there. All very straightforward, but I think it looks rather nice. It's got a sort of, to me, a sort of slightly gold tone dial with it's not a texture, but a slight sort of effect on it. So when you actually close up to it, it does look, again, I can't do that without it blurring. And again, one of the downsides, there doesn't seem to be very much anti-reflective coating on this. So I am getting a lot of reflections off of the Sapphire Crystal, but it is a Sapphire Crystal. So again, a nice dial, nice contrast there with the black subdials, and again a contrast with your tachymeter around the outside. Now, I don't know how many of you need to meter your tachys. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really have any tachys to meter, so I don't know when I will need to meter my tachys. But apparently, it's something to do with time and distance. I'm not a Second World War or a First World War biplane pilot. So it's not something I need. I'm not planning on any cross-Atlantic adventures in an old plane. But it looks nice, and you've got the flash, the pop of colour there, the orange and the sort of banana colour at the 3-minute position. Don't really know what they're for, but again, I like the pops of colour. I like the orange at the 30-minute chronograph marker there, and I like that sort of banana yellow on the running minutes hand there on the 9 o'clock position. So the colours are all nice. Again, this is supposed to be, I'm not going to go too much into this. Too many people are making too much about homage watches. It's supposed to be a homage of a blah, 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 from blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I bought it because it looks nice. I don't care what it used to look like or what it did look like in the 70s, because I can't afford one of those, and I don't even know what it was. And I bought this because it looks good. I like the contrast. I like the finish. I like the size. It's just over 11mm thick. It wears really well. It's 40mm across, but it does wear a little bit smaller actually, because all of the information is inside the fixed bezel, polished case, all over. The polishing is polishing. Nothing really special on there, I'd say. It does look very a bit sort of industrial, really. It's a bit sort of like, chrome you'd find on a motorbike or something like that. Nothing fantastic. Looks like something you might find in a kitchen. Nice shiny stainless steel utensil in the kitchen. But it does the job. It holds it well. It looks nice on the wrist, and I'll do a wrist shot later on. Pushers on the side are very good. From my moans before, you actually get a nice, do this, nice click when you stop, nice click when you start. And it resets, push the button quite straightforward. So all in all, it's kept a good time. It's been a good watch, looks nice, and it's had a lot of comments. Now, Mrs. Watches likes this one particularly. Oh, I'll stop for breath there. I think it's just the shingles. I'm so tired. I don't think I'm going to make it through the video. If I pass out, if I go quiet, someone please call me an ambulance. Right, anyway, the bit that Mrs. Watches really likes, and she thinks I should wear this watch upside down. And there's your reason. This is a hand wind watch. It doesn't have hacking, but it's hand wind only, but it's powered by the very famous Seagull ST1901 Chinese mechanical movement. Now, apparently, they reckon up to 25% of the mechanical watches in the world are powered by this movement. Even some of the very popular at the moment, very fashionable watches from people like Studio Underdog, who've done the apples and lemons and melons and all their different flavour watches, use these seagull movements. And obviously are charging an awful lot more for them. They're, you know, sort of £500 to £700, some of these watches. This cost me £99 from AliExpress. £99 of my own money. I'm not affiliated with AliExpress in any way. They don't do me any favours. I just buy watches from them, and they give me good watches, and they've given me good service when I've had to return one. And the one I returned was actually a Pagani design one because of a broken strap. Now this is the V1 version, the original version. As you can see to the wheel whizzing round to the sort of top left there, the regulator on that is a standard regulator. They do a version 2 that's got a swan neck regulator, which apparently offers more accuracy and more precision. It's slightly more expensive. I think that sort of puts an extra sort of 10 or 15 pounds onto the price. But again, even with the V2 at the moment, I think they're still knocking around £100. And depending on how well known you are to AliExpress, you might even get free delivery. But there you go, look at that. So you've got the open back. It doesn't say whether it's sapphire on the open back. Probably not. I haven't measured it with my little meter, to be honest. It says it's 316 steel. It's got the ST1901 movement. 50 metres of water resistance. Take that with a pinch of salt if you want. But it is a chronograph mechanical watch. And it looks lovely. And you can watch it. And then when you press the chronograph button, when you press the right chronograph button, you can see the mechanism move there as that moves in and out to actually stop the function, reset the function. And that's just a cool little thing. When you see people who have spent hundreds and thousands of pounds on their watches, and then you show them this that costs you £100, looks the part, looks fantastic, it's got a really cracking dial, and you flip it over, and it's got that. Now, in terms of servicing and all that sort of stuff, if it goes wrong, you're probably better off binning it and buying a new one, because you probably don't want to be sending it back to China, and you're probably going to have to find it tough to find someone that's going to service this particular chronograph movement for you for less than the cost of a new watch. So just enjoy it while you can. I'm not using this one as my work watch like I did in Pagani design. 20mm between the lugs. As I said, a bit disappointed with the strap. It's a branded strap. And I think it's got a branded clasp. Yes, it has got a branded clasp. It's even got a branded crown. Look at that. Marvellous. So, again, it's got some good things about it. I am going to switch this out for a more sort of vintage looking, sort of single stitch, proper leather strap. Give it a bit more of a sort of vintage look. But I think for the money, I think it's a really cool watch. It's a fantastic addition to my collection. I won't be selling it anytime soon. And I've got to say, I can highly recommend it. Pop onto AliExpress and have a look at all the stuff on there. And again, you know, some of it you get what you pay for, and some of it actually seems to be a proper bargain. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video. Thank you so much for the people who've watched the others. Thank you to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for the likes. I'm really pleased with the way my little amateur channel is growing. Again, I thank you all for your support. If you could hit the like or subscribe, or even leave a comment just to let us know that you're watching, what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing so well, what you'd like to see more of. That would be marvellous. And I hope you join me again sometime in the future. Hang on, tell you what I haven't done. What I haven't done is on the wrist. Classic on the wrist today, Casio MTP, one of the most sought after watches in 2023 because of the sort of Tiffany type dial and the fantastic watch that sold for $6.5 million. I think was it the Nautilus, the Tiffany dial. This Tiffany version of the Casio was being flipped for 3 or 4 times its value beginning of 2023, which is bonkers. A 44 quid watch, and it's an absolute beaut. So I've got 2 of these actually, 2 different colours. So I'll probably do a review of those soon. For the money, again, it's just a pretty little watch. Anyway, bear with you a sec. You look at this pretty little watch. There you go. Look at me rum. There you go. Dead man's finger. How about that? Cornwall. Beautiful. Lovely place. Not as good as Devon where I live, but I won't give any too much more away than that. I want someone knocking on my door going, "Oh, you told me my watch was crap." Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. On the wrist. 7.5-inch wrist. As I said, not the nicest strap. Bit Billy Basics. That needs swapping out. Fits nice. 40mm. As you said, it looks the part on that. Sorry about the flare or anything, but again, I think it's the anti-reflective. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening and catch up with you soon. Thank you.